Welcome, guys. This is Israel Gonzalez, and today we're going to be talking about, are we heading into a recession? Are you going to be able to grab a great bargain on a home when and if a recession comes? Well, today we're going to be talking about that coming up. Now, there's an old 1930s movie, 1934 to be exact, and it's called The House of Rothschild. And basically, in summary, it is said to be a true life story of Nathan's Rothschild and how he manipulated the stock market. Now, after the French Revolution, Europe was in total chaos, and this made Napoleon rise to power. Now, the way countries raised money to fight their wars was by selling bonds or IOUs. So here's the thing: if England would win the war, the price of their British bonds or IOUs would increase. But if they would lose the war, the opposite would happen, as the value of their bonds or IOUs would go down significantly. Now, everyone else at the time, including Nathan, knew how smart Napoleon was, and the Battle of Waterloo was going to be the deciding factor of the future of Europe. Now, the year was June 1815, and there were about 74,000 French troops that met 67,000 troops of Britain and other European nations on the Waterloo battlefield. So he had a plan. He basically assigned one of his trusted friends to keep a lookout near the English Channel, looking right across the Battle of Waterloo, because he knew that as soon as the British government would announce their victory against Napoleon, their bonds would skyrocket. And sure enough, this happened. The British won the battle. And right after, his trusted friend got on a horse and rushed back to tell Nathan the news 24 hours before anyone else knew. So the minute the news got to Nathan, he went straight to the stock exchange and stood near this ancient pillar and started spreading rumors that Britain had lost the battle. So all of a sudden, investors saw that Nathan was selling his bonds and they started freaking out. And all of a sudden, fear got to them and they started selling. Everyone started selling their bonds, and this made the value plummet down to the ground. Now, when this whole entire commotion was happening in the stock exchange, Nathan told his agents to secretly start buying bonds back. And they did. And they got them at a fraction of their value. Now, when the news finally came that the British had actually won the war, the consoles went up to a level even higher than before. This left Nathan Rothschild with a return of approximately 20 to 1 on his investment. Now, I find this story fascinating because it gives us a little glimpse into the human psyche and how and the effect that fear can have when making our decisions. Fast forward 2019, and I guess for the past few months, we've been bombarded with potential fears of a recession, or the recession is coming, or there's a recession every 10, 13 years or so. Today, I'm going to give you my theory of why this time around it might be a little bit different from the last one. So let's get right to it. Now, this is the theory that I'm proposing, that probably we're not going to be heading to the same bubble that we had back in 2008. And for this, we have to rewind the tape a little bit and go back to March 2007. In March 2007, there was 25 subprime lenders that declared bankruptcy. Soon after that, exactly 12 months after March 2007, this being March 2008, Freddie Mac's and Fannie Mae's stocks completely plummeted. And guess what? All of a sudden, investors started panicking. They started selling their stocks, and well, you know the whole story. The government had to come in, bailed out all these banks. Obviously, people that had gotten loans back then, which were a lot of them subprime loans, or these creative loans that if you could breathe, you could literally get a loan. Well, a lot of these people that got these loans, well, guess what? It didn't cost them a dime. Some of them were even getting, by 0% down. They literally didn't have to put a cent, and they would get that house. So you could understand that when the recession comes and the whole bubble explodes, a lot of these people, they really didn't care. They would let their homes just, go and just sell at a fraction of a cost. And this caused a ripple effect. This caused that the prices of these homes would ultimately start coming down, down and down and down, affecting the neighbors, affecting all the people around. 2019, we've learned from our mistakes. Systems were put in place, guidelines were put in place, the so-called subprime or creative loans were no longer available. And so I believe that after that real estate bubble, all the people that got their homes actually had the means to be able to afford that home. And so if a recession does come, are we going to see prices plummet again? I don't think they're going to be as aggressive as they were back in the previous bubble. And I think I'll share my sources back here, but Wikipedia in some states showed a 50% drop. Again, I don't think we're going to go to that extreme of 50% prices coming down of values of homes. Now, let's apply a scenario. It's early September 2019. So let's say we're looking at a home worth $500,000 and we're going to be applying an FHA loan. I went online this morning and it looks like the 30-year fixed interest rates are averaging 3.25, 3.25. And so 3.25 on a $500,000 home would give us a payment of $2,136. Now, mind you, I'm not including taxes or insurance or any of that, just because depending on what state you're located, you're going to have a different property tax. So again, $2,136. Now let's fast forward and let's say we had hit already this recession and that same house worth $500,000 today, let's suppose it has devalued down to $100,000. How did I come to $100,000? Well, the previous 2008 bubble, homes depreciated almost 50%. Now, I don't think it's going to be the same scenario this time around. I think it's going to be way less than that. So that's how I was able to configure that 20 to 25 depreciation rate. So again, $400,000 with an interest rate of 5.5. Now I know you're going to say, how did I come to this 5.5? I went and used the data that's out there. And from the looks of it, every time we come to a recession, it just so happens that the interest rates also tend to climb up. So that same $400,000 home would give us a payment of $2,230. That would be a difference of $94 more that you would be paying if you were to purchase a home during the recession period. Now, again, I don't have a crystal ball. The only information that I do have is previous data that we have from previous recessions and real estate bubbles. And that's how I was able to come to you guys with this information. I guess the point to take here is let us not buy into the fear factor. Things are going to happen no matter what. It's just being ready and have the information necessary. You could buy now, take advantage of a low interest rate, or you could wait. Who knows? Maybe the interest rates will even go down even further. We don't know. The only thing we do know is the information that we do have. And with that, I hope this information was informative, helpful to you. If you know of anybody that can benefit from this, please make sure to hit the share button as well as the subscribe button. And also don't forget the little notification bell. Anytime there's a new video, you'll be definitely notified of that. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make it a good one, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.